I'm Matt Bouchard with REIT.com here in Atlanta for REITWorld 2014, NAREIT's annual convention for all things REIT. Joining me today is David Hegarty, the President and Chief Operating Officer of Senior Housing Properties Trust. David, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, Matt. Thank you very much.
Now, the aging population driving demand for senior housing facilities has been well documented, and we've talked about it before. But within that space, not all properties or regions or companies are going to perform as well. What areas do you see as producing the best results and why?
A couple thoughts on that. First of all, although our company is named Senior Housing Properties Trust, I think a lot of people don't realize that today we're about almost 50% medical office buildings and a little over 50% senior housing. And as a result, we're trying to capitalize on the demographic trends for two different age groups. The medical office building consumer is typically the age 65 and up baby boomer. And that they're moving through the pipeline right now and going to be the consumer for medical office. And then on the senior housing, clearly that's the age 80 or 85 and up population, which also is experiencing growth today with an accelerating growth as we go along. Now we're spread across the country in about 39 different states. And so we benefit from the overall demographic trends improving pretty much across the country. I think we've benefited across the board with probably I'd say the greatest strength has probably been in the mid-Atlantic and southeast United States, particularly Florida. Where, every property we have in Florida is 90% or more occupied. And I'd say the weakest parts of the country right now for demographics tends to be, or at least supply versus demand, tends to be the Phoenix, Scottsdale market or some of the major Texas cities, Dallas and Houston, just because of supply dynamics.
Now, are you seeing that those trends are pretty consistent, whether you're talking about your senior housing assets or your medical office assets, or the regions where one's doing well, it tends to work for both?
Yeah, I'd say, the need for medical primary health care is spread across the country pretty uniformly. So I think wherever the people are is where the demand is on that, versus I'm finding in today's world the seniors are actually more mobile and transient than they used to be. We're finding certainly even down south, a lot of people from northern states have come down there because their children have moved down here for employment. And so that's a relatively new trend that's happening across the country.
And lastly, can you talk about the company's balance sheet and how you see that positioning the company for 2015 and beyond?
Okay. Well, we're very well positioned on our balance sheet. We have our total assets are about $6.5 billion right now, and we're about levered about 46% debt to total assets. Right now we're in excellent position. We have about $80 million of cash on hand, zero amount drawn on our revolving credit facility. It's a $750 million unsecured revolving credit facility. So we have plenty of capital and interest in investing further in this space.
Great, David. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.